In the frozen heart of Russia's Ural Mountains, there is a place the indigenous Mansi call Kholat Syakhl, Mountain of the Dead. In February 1959, 9 young hikers experienced, ambitious, fearless, pitched a single canvas tent on its bleak eastern slope. By dawn, every one of them would be gone, and the world would inherit an enigma so chilling that, 6 decades later, no investigation, no simulation, and no confession has ever solved it. This is the Dyatlov Pass incident. Igor Dyatlov, 23, engineering student, charismatic leader, amateur radio buff. Zinaida Kolmogorova, 22, chemistry major, sprinter, the heart of the group. Lyudmila Dubinina, 21, economics student, sharp humor, fearless climber. Rustem Slobodin, 23, track star, disciplined, stoic. Yuri Doroshenko, 21, mechanical engineering, known to brave Siberia shirtless. Yuri Georgy Krivonishenko, 23, reactor engineer, mandolin player, prankster. Alexander Kolovatov, 24, nuclear physics, meticulous log keeper. Nikolai Thibault Brignot, 23, French-Russian, strongman, life of any campfire. Semyon Zolotaryov, 38, World War II veteran, instructor joining to earn Grade 3 certification. Their diaries paint them as eager. Dyatlov wrote, "The frost is fierce, but our spirits are high. We laugh at the cold." They carried a Zorky K camera, pocket notebooks, and a handcrafted stove Dyatlov welded in the dormitory workshop. Zinaida Kolobotov, Zanday's reducerist, will return no later than 12 February. Zinaida Yuri Yudin, Zinai 10th member, turns back due to sciatica. He hugs each friend, unaware he will be the sole survivor. Today Lyuda joked we'll come back with frostbite trophies. Weather minus 17 degrees Celsius, but laughter keeps us warm. Zinaida 31st. They reach Ospia River, cache extra food and equipment for return trip. February 1st. A brutal snowstorm forces them off course. Instead of dropping into forest for shelter, Dyatlov decides to camp on the open slope of Kholat Syakhl, perhaps to practice emergency bivouac, perhaps because daylight was fading. Last photo, the 9 smiling, assembling the tent, wind already erasing their tracks. After dinner, journals end. From here, we rely on forensic science. The tent zipper was closed, fabric slashed from inside, 3 cuts wide enough to crawl through. Boots, jackets, axes, and 2 rifles left behind in neat order. 9 sets of footprints, some barefoot, some in socks, one wearing a single felt boot, descending 600 meters toward a cedar tree. No signs of struggle, no other prints. Question: what could drive seasoned hikers out into minus 30 degrees Celsius wind chill half naked? Anomalies. Families pressure the Ural Polytechnic Institute. February 26. Volunteer rescuers locate the tent.
Canvas ripped from within, strange orderly footprints.
February 27th, March 5th. Unfalier cedar. Doroshenko and Krivonishenko, underwear only, skin charred around fingers. Evidence of frantic fire building. Unnettery cedar branches broken 5 meters high. Suggests someone climbed desperately to scan for tent. 3 meters uphill. Dyatlov face upward, clutching branches. 180 meters away, Zinaida, frozen mid-stride, face toward tent. 150 meters further, Slobodin, minor skull fracture. CT later shows likely occurred pre-mortem during tumble. May 5th, spring melt reveals ravine. Bodies of Dubinina, Zolotaryov, Thibault Brignol, and Kolovatov under 4 meters of snow. Autopsy shockers. 23 centimeter skull fracture, force likened to car crash. Dubinina and Zolotaryov, massive chest compression, ribs snapped like twigs, lungs hemorrhaged, but skin intact. Eyes and tongue missing, likely scavenging, yet unsettling. A Kurzthing shows gamma radiation above background levels. Official report: death caused by a force equal to that of a motor vehicle accident, absent external soft tissue damage. Modern simulations, Swiss and Russian geophysicists, 2020, suggest a delayed slab avalanche. Excavated into slope, repeated gusts stress snowpack. Printilage snow size of SUV slides, injuring some, prompting emergency exit. Injured cannot survive the avalanche. The others die in the fall, exposed to the cold. The body is covered in snow, and there are signs of partial decay, but decomposition does not occur for several years. It is a mystery. We do not know the full story of how the bodies were transported. All these are reasonable explanations, and we may never know. We have had 2 cases of avalanche-related deaths in the Alps in the last 6 months. A sudden violent avalanche followed by a glacier slide with a 15-meter drop. A glacial avalanche triggered a fire on a hillside. What the Gamma Connexiccated cannot survive trek. Others succumb to hypothermia. Slope angle measured at 30 degrees, avalanche rare. Debris field absent. Tent still partially upright. 4 victims in ravine show car crash trauma inconsistent with small slab. Declassified 1990s memos mention parachute mines tested near northern Urals. February 1959. Lines detonate mid-air, concussion could crush chests without external wounds. Orange fireballs reported by villagers that night support blast theory. A radiation from ordnance residue explains gamma traces. Counterpoints. No blast damage to tent or surrounding trees. A secrecy would likely have blocked civilian rescue, yet students were allowed to search. American researcher Donnie Eichar proposed Kármán vortex street effect. Is wind over dome-shaped mountain produces infrasound. Let's bring a 20 Hz causing panic, nausea, disorientation. Litter was receiving twet and premens later freeze, but infrasound cannot break bones or remove a tongue. Local Mansi people revere Kolatsiakal. Hunters aided rescue and were cleared, yet tabloids blame Mansi attack. Ruled out. No weapons marks, no extra footprints. Yeti theory originates from a dubious 2014 Discovery Channel mock doc. Footprints prove inconclusive. Wildlife explanation most likely. Less authority sealed files. Lead investigator Lev Ivanov later hinted at UFO involvement. Why code unknown compelling force? The phrasing allowed closure without blame, shielding state liability. Witnesses recall seeing radioactive orange orbs in the sky on February 1st to 2. Military rocket tests, spy satellite re-entry, no documents confirm. Since 2008, researchers trek yearly to Dyatlov Pass. 2013, Swedish group replicates tent cut to test evacuation time, approximately 90 seconds. 2019, Russian prosecutor's office reopens investigation, concludes avalanche plus hypothermia. Critics call it oversimplified. Yuri Yudin, last survivor, died 2013. In final interview, he said, "If I had stayed, I would have died with my friends, but I still want the truth." We are still searching. 60-plus years on, Dyatlov Pass keeps her secrets beneath the snow. 9 vibrant souls frozen in time. And one haunting phrase, an unknown compelling force. Was it a silent slab of snow? A secret weapon test? Something beyond science? Tell us your theory in the comments. Hit subscribe and join NightShift Intel for more true stories. Darker than fiction. The night shift never ends, and neither do the mysteries.